right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Robert, I didn't even know what the word orienteering meant, and I hope I got it right. And what it sounds like it means is that, remember the time we went to, was it Wekiva Springs?
Yes.
Where did we get lost?
Wekiva Springs.
We were on a bicycle trail, and all of a sudden we said, well, this isn't a trail. Where are we? We're on, like, grass and sand. I don't see any defined trail. So we got off the bicycles, we walked the bicycles, we're in the woods. There's spiders, there's palm trees, and there's, like, fear in our hearts going,
yeah.
I think we're lost. I think we have done what people do, and you always wonder how they do it.
There were no markers.
I think orienteering would have been the skills we needed to get out of there, and there were people in our world who are very skilled at this. Barbara Zalkowski, I believe, is in Texas. She is from Ocala. She's a student at Marion, or a graduate, rather, from Francis Marion Military Academy, and she's been selected to represent the United States at the Orienteering USA 2013 Junior Team of Olympics, and she's going to explain that in just a bit. John Stavler is also in the studio with his stepdad, am I right about that? Named Robert. We'll speak to them second, but Barbara's ready to compete right now, so let's go to her first on the phone. Good morning, Barbara.
Good morning.
What time do you have to go in there, right now?
Yes, sir. There's people starting right now.
Oh, my God. So this is the competition. You've got to get in there.
Yes, sir. This is the final competition for the camp.
All right. Well, I don't want to be in the way, and so I apologize. We've got you on just briefly, but we were so excited to hear about what you were doing, and we want you to know that Ocala is proud of you. We're cheering for you, just like we would any horse in the Kentucky Derby.
Only it's better you're a human.
Yeah. How much time do you literally have? I mean, do you actually have to hang up right now?
No, I probably have about 10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay. That's a lifetime in radio. All right, so how did this start for you? I mean, did you get a compass when you were a kid and you said, oh, I can work this?
Actually, I didn't even hear about orienteering until my coach came to my school when I was in 10th grade, and he asked me if I wanted to help him start an orienteering team. And I was like, sure. I don't know what that is, but okay. So we started it up, and the second year we were national champions, and that's never happened before.
Wow. And what exactly, and is John Stabler part of your team? Are you guys part of the same team? Yeah, okay.
He was part of the original team.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. And so is orienteering to the guy with the GPS like singing with a guitar to the guy with karaoke? Is that what it's like?
We actually don't get to use GPSs.
That's what I mean. I mean, so that GPS is like cheating to an orienteer. Is that what you call it? Orienteer? Yeah. Wow. Now, now, how do you win? How do you win in this? Do they put you in the woods and you're lost and you got to find your way out?
Basically, you have a start place, and it's just a little triangle on your map. And then they send you out individually, and so you're just running through the woods, and whoever comes back with the fastest time wins.
Really? Oh,
yes, and there's different level courses.
So did
there's easy, medium, and like advanced.
Now, did your team win by a great margin compared to the second placer?
The first year, yes. The second year, it was pretty close, but we still took first.
Really? And are you seeing each other? Like, could you see somebody running a certain way, go, there's the way. I can follow them.
Well, you never know what they're running, so you can't really follow each other.
Oh.
They could be running a different course than you.
Wow. You know what's going to be interesting? In 20 years from now, if we talk to you again, how you've used this in the real world. I mean, you could be stuck somewhere. You never know what's going to happen.
I'm still directionally challenged.
Oh, I am all the time. I can't even follow a map.
Oh, I do that all the time. Yeah. So it says,
I still need a GPS to get around to Ocala.
All right. Well, we apologize. We were excited to speak to you. We are cheering for you, Barbara. Good for you. Congratulations on all of that, and do well. We don't want to get in the way of your doing well. We spoke to your mom, Tiffany, yesterday. A sweet, sweet mom you have, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
So did you go out there alone? Are you with a team? Are you with who are you with?
I'm with about 4 other of my team members, but the camp has about 80-something kids, 85.
All right, but you live in Ocala, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where are you in Texas exactly?
In the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere.
That's why she can start orienteering.
Orienteering.
I believe we're close to Dallas. Like kind of northern.
Is that the point? You're supposed to not know where you are?
I think so.
How does that happen? All right. Well, and how'd you get there? A helicopter?
No, my coach drove us.
Oh, they blindfolded you?
No, we were sleeping the whole way here.
I gotcha. Okay, I gotcha. Well. So what are your tools? What do you have right now? You have a compass. Got to be one of them, right?
All we get is a compass, a map, and we get what's called a clue card, and it has like the description of where the point's going to be. So like if you have 3 boulders and the point's in the middle boulder, on your clue card it will have like 2 boulders, and it'll have an in-between sign to show you that it's in between 2 boulders. And then we also get an e-punch. It's like a little flash drive that you wear on your finger.
Right.
And there's little boxes of the points with holes in them. And you have to stick the e-punch in the little hole until it beeps, and then you can go to your next point.
Wow, that is awesome.
It's over my head. I think we'd be lost at WOCA again, Robert.
I think so too.
You know what happened to us? I'll tell you real quickly, and then we'll say goodbye. We saw a spider, a banana spider. And then
I'm scared of spiders.
And then we saw another banana spider. And I said, is that the same banana spider?
Yeah.
Or is that a different banana spider? Did we just walk in a big circle? So then Robin said, you know what we'll do? Robin had this ingenious idea. We'll put a little piece of paper in the web. And if we see it again, then we know we're walking in circles. So sure enough, she had a little piece of bubblegum wrapper or something, put it in the web, right? The spider thought it was a bug, went to go attack it, right? We started walking, and about maybe a half hour later, hey, there's that banana spider with the piece of paper.
Yeah.
We don't know where we're going. Fortunately for us, the way we got out of the mess, we heard these kids playing in the river. There was a river nearby. We didn't even know it.
Yeah.
We were so thirsty, I literally paid them $5 for a bottle of Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made out. They
Yeah.
know where to stay.
Yeah. All right. Barbara Zelkowski, do well. Congratulations on all of your achievements, and you're making us proud. We're cheering for you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for being on the air with us. All right, it's just a sweet girl. All right.
Very sweet girl.
Thank you. A sweet young lady, I should say.
Yeah.
And now let me turn around and say hello to John. Good morning, John. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
So are you supposed to be out there?
I'm on the team, but I went to the West Point summer seminar, so I was unavailable to go.
West Point. Wow. Well, good
Congratulations.
for you. Man, we've got some impressive people this morning.
Yeah.
So how did this happen for you? I mean, was this something were you a Boy Scout?
Oh, no, I was going to the school as well, and I showed up, and the same thing happened. He asked me if I wanted to be part of the orienteering team. It was my freshman year at the military academy, and I was just a normal, driven guy, and he made me into a national championship orienteer, 2-time, and hopefully a 3-time national championship orienteer.
Wow.
And now I'm going to the Czech Republic with Barbara, and we're representing the United States at the Junior World Orienteering Championships. So.
Do you have a compass with you?
I do not.
No? I mean, does it look like the type you buy in Walmart? You know, you get... Oh, it's bigger? It's bigger than what you get?
It can clamp onto your thumb, or you can tie a string around your wrist. It can be a little base plate compass. It can be.
And that's all you need is a map and a compass, and you know where you are.
Yes, sir. Know where you started, and
you have to know where you started.
Yes, sir.
But don't you need to know how far you went?
You do.
How do you measure that?
You do that by measuring steps.
Oh, you have a pedometer.
You have a pace count. You count in your head.
Oh.
In your head.
You count your steps.
I would never.
Oh, wow.
I would say, Robert, is it 100 or 2? What are we up to?
I know.
We're counting by tens, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, you are absolutely amazing. You said you'll be beginning your senior year this year at
Yes,
Francis
ma'am.
Mary Military Academy. Boy, what an inspiration you are to the younger grades.
I think I just set the example, and I'm a good model for them, just to show them that I'm a normal guy. And our coach, Dwayne Adams, made a normal guy who just wanted to do something into a national championship orienteer.
Wow.
Anybody could do it. Just
Well,
have
you
to
know,
be
when
driven.
anybody is a national champion at anything, I mean, we all have to stand up and say, congratulations, we're proud of you. And maybe, did you feel like you were being left out until you started getting a little bit of press? Did you feel like, you know, the guy playing football gets all the cheers and you're orienteering, for crying out loud?
That's right.
I mean, that guy's got lines. He knows where he is. I'm on the 30-yard line. It's easy.
Yes, sir.
I mean, if you think about it, he's got an easy job, doesn't he?
He does.
I mean, you're
guess.
stuck in the woods.
Yeah,
How do you practice? Robert, do you drive him out into the forest and say, I'll see you later?
No, Coach Adams actually takes them out into the woods, and they go to different events.
But they do go to the woods.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
You got to take off. There's lots of ticks in those woods.
there is. I just pulled 3 of them off me last week. I was training with the U.S. coach in New York. I just got back a couple days ago.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
So even New York has ticks.
Even everywhere has ticks.
Does it make you nervous, Robert?
No.
For when he goes out there to do this?
No, not at all. It's very safe.
Now, are the maps, when you say a map, is it like a Rand McNally? Like you have an I-75 on there and all that?
It's a special orienteering map, and it shows boulders, it shows contour lines, it shows vegetation boundaries, and it shows buildings, everything that you need to know exactly where you are. And usually the scale is 1 centimeter to 10,000 centimeters. So 1 centimeter on the map is 100 meters on the ground.
Oh,
so it's about that scale.
Have you ever heard that the poles are shifting? Have you ever heard that?
I have heard the magnetic.
That's going to mess everything up, isn't it?
Oh, they update the maps. Maps
okay.
quite frequently.
All right, now this is going to be a dumb question, I think. If you were on the moon, would this work? Are there polar things on the moon? Does the moon have magnetic poles?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't think a compass would work on the moon.
All right. I just wondered how the astronauts knew how to get back to that space thing.
Yeah.
Back in those days. All right.
Do you ever do it in inclement weather?
Oh,
Does your
yes.
map-
I've
really?
started a competition, and it was thunderstorming outside, and the wind was blowing 20 miles an hour, and we still did a start. We were slipping and sliding everywhere in the mud, but we still got it done, and the course was fun in the end. And we've done it at night, too. They have night orienteering competitions where all you have is a little lamp on the top of your head. You're running out in the middle of the woods, having a blast.
Oh, my gosh. And
It's
do
just
you
fun,
follow
huh?
the stars then, too?
Oh, no. You
That
just
type of thing? You just...
follow the ground and the contour lines, and
Oh, my gosh.
very simple.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Let's get to the phone. We have somebody waiting patiently, I think. Good morning. You're on the air. Thank you for waiting.
Morning. I could have used this young lady or this young man last year. I took our family up to Gatlinburg to the Obergatlin, and they have this big maze that you go through. And like the young lady was saying, she had a ring that you punched in, and then it beeped and all that stuff. Well, they had, if you won a certain time, you got a prize, but you had to go to find the punches to punch. Well, all my group, all my kids and grandchildren, they were all done, and I'm still lost in this dumb maze trying to find my way out. And fortunately, they had a tower where they could stand, and they were saying, go left, go right. Go. So I could have used their skills to get out of that maze, because if they wouldn't have been there, I would have still be running around in circles. I think.
Too funny, yeah.
But I remember Boy Scouts and doing the compass reading and those map reading stuff, and I still enjoy it when I go on my trips. And my wife says I'm possessed by the AAA maps and the triptychs and all that stuff. She said, you know where you're going, but you still got to look at the map. So, but congratulations.
Well, you're a real man.
to
That's
these-
the way real men are.
That's right. Congratulations to these young people from
Yeah.
Ocala making a difference.
You're not kidding. It's awesome, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we are proud of you. You know what you're doing, and I hope that somebody pays you for this. I mean, you're selling compasses. I mean, how many people right now are going to go get a compass?
Oh, I don't know.
What's a good brand? I want to buy a compass. What's a good brand? Who makes a good compass?
They're orienteering brands. You probably never would have heard of them before because they make special orienteering compass.
Well, that's what I want.
But
I don't want to get the Walmart one.
there's Brunton compasses, which
Brunton?
Brunton is the big brand in orienteering.
And how much did it cost you? Do you have a Brunton?
A good compass is $40, and
That's it?
an extra good compass is $120.
There you go.
What
So
does it do? What does it do?
It just tells you north.
More accurately.
But it's very accurate, and it's clear and see-through, so you can see them. You put the compass on top of the map, and you can see through the compass onto the map.
Oh, now that's awesome. So the map isn't
It's just
paper,
clear
it's
plastic,
something.
so-
Oh, it's plastic.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow.
Is orienteering hard to learn?
It took me only a few days, and I was.
And now
running-
you're a champion.
Yes, sir.
Wow, the others must feel dumb. I mean, it took you 3 days.
I've got a great coach. I mean, he made it so simple for me.
What was his secret? Did he get lost in Vietnam or something?
No. He actually, his mentor is the secret. He learned from Colonel Turbyfill, who actually teaches orienteering sometimes at West Point, the United States Military Academy.
all right.
Wow.
And he learned from him, and so then he taught me from him. And West Point has won the intercollegiate national championships for the past 10 years. So And so I learned from
Wow.
a guy who teaches there,
Wow.
basically.
So could you foil could you booby trap like your opponent, like put up a big electric magnet in the woods and
I'm sure you
Giving
could.
him ideas.
They might see you carrying the map into the,
Or you
the
could
magnet
just-
into the woods with you.
You could just staple their uniform a few times.
just oh okay, and it would point to it.
Maybe it
That's
just
too
points
funny.
off a little bit.
Now, when you do these other competitions that led up to this one, are those the same kind of competitions where you have to qualify to run like in the Boston Marathon? You have to have X number of competitions and points under your belt. Is that how that worked? Or were you chosen, or did
There
you
is a
try out?
ranking system. It's very complicated. It's times. They go down to seconds, and
Wow.
they divide the first 3 leaders' times added up together by 3, and
Wow.
they go off points and how many over 60, and it's very complicated. But once you get the ranks, you have to have X amount of points, and once you have X amount of points, then you can put it in an application to be on in the team.
Oh, wow.
And you have to go to certain meets. They're called A meets, and those are ranking meets. But normal meets that you find in everyday life aren't usually A meets. You have to. They're usually big and they're expensive to attend.
Do we call this a sport? I mean, it sounds like a
Oh,
sport.
it's definitely a sport. It's
Yeah.
a mind-body sport. You have to think a bunch while you're doing this.
Really?
Because you have to count how many paces while figuring a route choice through the woods.
So
go
somebody
up this
stops
hill.
to talk to you about the weather. You go, "Oh, come on! I'm trying to count."
Usually you just blow them off and keep running.
Do you work as a team? Do you compare notes when you do this, or is it all individuals going for the same goal?
You run individually, but as a team, they take your top 3 times out of your team, out of the 5 that are on your team. So they take top 3 times and they add those together, and whoever has the lowest time as a team wins.
Oh,
Well, good for you. Let me just recap, and I want you to correct anything I have wrong. Are you also a graduate of the Francis Marion Military Academy?
I'm a rising senior, so I'll be graduating next year.
Okay, so you're not graduate. Wow, you've got a mature look to you. I figured you were in college already.
Oh no, sir. Still
No.
got one more year.
Oh wow. Now, Robert, do you stand at the finish line, or is
Oh,
there?
yes.
So there's like a cheering.
Absolutely.
Really?
We try and get them motivated to finish strong.
And how long is it? How long are you waiting there normally?
It varies. We try and you kind of have an idea of how long it's going to take them to run, so we'll show up a few minutes early, and then hopefully they're running as fast as we think they should be. So you don't stand there a long time.
Okay,
to
so
wait.
you are running.
Oh, they
yes.
run.
Oh,
yes.
we have to train. We train every morning, 6 to 7 a.m., and we have map studying in the afternoons after school. We spend a lot of time working. It's not hard, but we try to work out all the little kinks in orienteering.
So you have to go more than one direction, or do you say we have to head west, and that's all you need to know?
There are multiple points.
Okay, I
that
think
are-
you already said that. It went over my head. Okay.
There are multiple points located on the map, and for each one you go a different direction. So you go XYZ, PDQ, and all these different places, and then you
Wow.
go to the finish. And yeah,
And you
so
have to hit the points in order.
you have to go to them in order.
Oh.
You can't go 1 to find 9 and punch 9 and then go back to 2 or 3.
I got you. So if you're passing number 3,
If you don't get the points in order, you're disqualified.
oh
my
okay,
gosh.
okay. All right.
Do you carry water with you?
I generally do. Most orienteers don't, but the camp that they're at, they require you wear a hands-free water carrier because it is in Texas and it is hot. And I've been to the camp twice, and I just got used to wearing a camelback on my back.
Oh.
And so, for the sprint courses that we do, there's varying lengths of courses. But let's say a 2 to 5 kilometer course, I won't wear one because they do have water at the controls in the woods.
Oh, they
So
do?
They do have water points where you can just stop and get water. But then again, you're trying to go in the least amount of time possible, and you stop and drink water. That takes up time.
Wow.
So I usually just take it with me on my back, and there it is.
So this is maybe personal. I don't mean to embarrass you, but do you have a girlfriend?
I do not.
Okay. So when you do, I mean, this would be great for picnics. I mean, you can say, you know what, let's go on a picnic, and she'll pick, something like the boat basin. You say, no boat basin for me. We're going into the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right?
You do run into some pretty interesting places out in the woods. I've run into some boars before, and they scared me pretty bad.
Really?
Yeah, I would be scared of them too.
Oh my gosh.
But that's the only time I've ever really seen wildlife. You'll see deer out there every once in a while, but that's the only serious encounter I've ever had with wildlife before.
And how long does one meet usually take?
One meet, it can go A meet can go from 1 to 5 days long, doing up to 2 competitions a day, 2 runs a day. But generally, you just run one course, and it can go between, depending on how long the course is, it can go anywhere from 30 minutes to 3 hours. You're out in the woods.
Oh, wow.
So,
Gosh.
yeah.
Wow, exciting stuff. You are making us all want to buy a compass. And what else do we need? A map?
You just need a map and a compass, and you're good to
And
go.
what was it, Brunbo? What was it called?
A Brunton.
Brunton. Remember that,
Yes.
Brunton.
Well, Father's Day is Sunday.
But
Your son is
Honestly.
listening.
Yeah.
But you just got to wear protective gear as well because you're running into
Now,
bushes.
why did you
and
do that
everything.
motion down there?
Because we were.
That's where the bushes are.
That's
down
where the
low,
bushes are.
around your knees.
Around your knees. And
Oh, I
shins.
was trying to figure out. He would be just for the listeners. He said we need protection, and then his hands were like south of the border. If you know what I mean?
Down on it. Yeah, you have to wear protective socks and gaiters.
Those wild boars. They know
Gators.
what to aim for.
Oh, so you just don't wear sneakers and shorts and a T-shirt?
No, you
okay,
wear
so what does the
special.
outlet?
They have
outfit look like?
orienteering cleats.
Oh,
They have gaiters or running socks that go all the way up to your knees, and then they have orienteering knickers, they call them. They're really light and thin, but they protect your thighs and everything. And then you wear a long shirt. And
oh.
yeah.
So, are you fast on the track in general? I mean, do you run as well?
I would say I'm fairly decent.
So I'm
pretty good.
Do you participate like in the 5K runs we have around here and all that?
I went to the Helping Hands 5K, and I don't train for a 5K. I train for orienteering, and I ran the 5K in 18 minutes. So
Wow.
Didn't you get an award?
I got first place for the 14 through 16 age category.
Good for you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, wow.
Yes.
Wow, we're so impressed by you.
You are wonderful. Do you wear headgear also? Is there any kind
If
of
you
headgear
choose to
or-
wear a GoPro camera so you can rewatch your performance afterwards, you can. But I usually have one that fits around my chest, and I run with that.
Can we watch them? Are they online?
They're not online. I have them on an SD chip. So
Which we don't have access to.
I
That's
could
you.
go get it, but
But I mean, can I go to YouTube and look up orienteering? Will I
you
find
can.
something?
They
Yeah.
have some pretty cool videos. Usually they're exaggerated a little bit to help promote orienteering, but they're generally very realistic.
And is it a large group that your team? Is it a large team? How many people on the team?
There's 10 to 12 on a team, but in each category you can only have 5 on a team.
I got you.
So 5 people are on each team. So
And does your team have a name?
My team, we're just the Swamp Fox Orienteers.
Just-
Oh, nice.
just the Swamp Fox.
Francis Marion.
Francis
Pratt.
Marion.
2-time national champion.
That's a cool name. Oh,
Yeah.
because of God, yeah.
Yeah.
Robin
Hopefully
Jackson.
3 next year. So
That's a cool name, Swamp
Is,
Fox.
is this part of the Olympics?
they're trying to make it an Olympic sport, but it's not going so well because it's not you can't watch it while it's happening. I know in Europe they put video cameras in trees and it's televised in Europe. It's a lot more popular in Europe, but here they don't have cameras up in the trees.
We need to catch up. This sounds exciting.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, this does sound like something a couch potato would love.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
I like to watch people. Is there ever any serendipitous things that you find that you say, "Oh, this is cool"? Like maybe some water, or I mean, things. You know what I mean? Things you find along the way that were just cool to find.
Tell them about the tortoise shell, John.
This one time I ran into there was an empty turtle shell on the ground. The turtle had died, and there was just a shell left. And I thought it was the coolest thing.
That is
And
cool.
I was one of the top 3 runners there. And so I stopped and picked it up and was like, "Oh, this is so awesome, cool, and everything." So I grabbed it with me and was running. I was hoping to take it back, and then I remembered it would look really dumb for me to come back with a tortoise shell. So I was like, I better put it back down. But I kept looking at it and everything, and I wasted about 3 minutes out in the woods. And guess how much I lost by?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Oh, no. Oh,
So I got
wow.
second place by 3 minutes, and
Did you remember where you left it? You could orienteer your way back.
so
There you go.
I could, but it's somewhere in Georgia. So
He was catching a lot of flack for stopping to observe
really?
the tortoise shell
Really?
for so long.
yeah,
I
that was the
bet.
competition I learned not to stop. Just keep running if you see something cool.
Isn't there a parable about
Oh.
a tortoise and a hare? And that
Yes.
one, I guess that one died, huh?
Yes.
And if you ever write a book, that's a great title for it. Just keep running, even though you see something
Yeah.
cool.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, John
That's a great
Stabler, am I saying your name right? By
Yes,
the way?
sir.
Thank you so much for coming in. You make us all proud. We're rooting for you.
Yeah.
Barbara over in Texas, we're rooting rooting for Barbara Zolkowski. Thank you, Tiffany. Her mom was on the phone with us yesterday setting this up. I believe she called you, right, to get you guys in here? Robert, thank you for bringing John in and for supporting what we're doing. And for Ocala, remember, orienteering is the word of the day.
That's right.
It's the new sport to be behind, and we need to support these young people who are champions, by the way. World orienteering champions. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
We will take a little break. John Sotomayor is up next with Ocala Magazine Radio. We'll be right back.
We're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years.